Have you ever been in a restaurant and your food comes out cold, but you just sit there, eating it anyway, saying nothing?
Oh my gosh, yes, all the time.
Or maybe you bought something that broke after 2 days, but you're too scared to go back to the store because you don't want to sound rude or aggressive.
That's exactly me. I'm always worried I'll start a fight or make things worse.
Well, what if I told you that complaining in English doesn't have to feel scary at all? In fact, there's a simple 3-step method that makes it polite, clear, and actually gets you results.
Wait, really? A method?
Really? And by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what to say, how to say it, and why it works. So stick with us. This is going to change how you handle problems in English forever. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show. I'm Natasha.
And I'm Zach. And wow, Natasha, I have to say, that intro really got me. I felt called out.
Well, you're not alone, Zach. So many learners and even native speakers struggle with this. How are you doing today, by the way?
I'm good. A little nervous, actually. I had this situation last week where my coffee was like ice cold at a cafe, and I just didn't say anything. I drank it and left.
Oh no! See, that's exactly what we're going to fix today. You deserved a hot coffee and you had every right to speak up.
I know. But I didn't want to be rude, or start some kind of argument.
And that's such a common feeling. The fear of being rude or aggressive stops so many people from solving simple problems. But here's the thing, complaining politely is not about starting a fight. It's about working together to find a solution.
Okay, I like the sound of that. Working together, not fighting.
Exactly. So today we're going to give you the confidence and the exact words you need to handle situations like Zach's cold coffee, a broken product, a delayed flight, anything.
I'm so ready for this.
So let's talk about why this matters. Zach, when you didn't speak up about your cold coffee, how did you feel afterward?
Honestly, kind of annoyed at myself. Like, why didn't I just say something? I paid for that coffee.
Right? And you're not alone. A lot of learners and people in general feel that frustration. They know something is wrong, but they don't know how to say it without sounding aggressive or demanding.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be that person who's yelling at the waiter.
And you won't be. That's the whole point. Today we're going to teach you a simple 3-step method that keeps you calm, polite, and effective. It's called the opener, issue, solution method.
Opener issue solution. Okay, I like how that sounds. It's organized.
Exactly. It gives you structure so you don't ramble or freeze up. And here's what you'll walk away with by the end of this episode. The exact phrases to use, when to use them, and why they work so well.
This is going to be so useful.
And listen, if you stick with us until the very end, we've got a special practice challenge for you, something you can try this week to build your confidence in real life.
Ooh, I love a challenge.
Perfect. And hey, if you're enjoying this episode so far, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button, leave us a comment, and let us know. What's one situation where you wish you'd spoken up but didn't? We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, don't be shy. We're all learning together here.
All right, Zach, let's start with the golden rule of complaining in English. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Here it is. Politeness gets better results. Always.
Wait, always? Even if the problem is really serious?
Especially then. Think about it. When someone comes at you aggressively, demanding something, how do you feel?
Defensive. Like I want to shut down or push back.
Exactly. But when someone approaches you politely, asking for help, you feel more relaxed. You want to help them, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. You feel like you're on the same team.
Yes, that's the magic. When you frame your complaint as a request for help, the other person doesn't feel attacked. They feel like a problem solver. And people love to help.
Okay, but how do I actually do that? Like, what do I say?
Great question. That's where the three-step method comes in. Let me break it down for you. Step one is the opener. This is where you get their attention politely.
Okay, the opener. Got it.
You can say things like, I'm sorry to bother you, but, or, excuse me, could you please help me with something?
I'm sorry to bother you, but, hmm, that feels kind of apologetic. Like, I'm the one who did something wrong.
I know it might feel that way at first, but here's the psychology behind it. When you say, I'm sorry to bother you, you're showing respect for the other person's time. That makes them feel appreciated and it immediately puts them at ease.
Oh. So it's strategic. It's not weakness, it's actually smart.
Exactly. It's strategic empathy. You're setting the tone for a cooperative conversation, not a fight.
Okay, I'm sold. So step one, polite opener. What's step two?
Step two is the issue. This is where you explain the problem clearly and calmly. No aggression, no blaming, just the facts.
Like, my coffee is cold.
Exactly. Or you can soften it even more by saying, there seems to be a problem with my coffee. It's quite cold.
Wait, why soften it? Isn't it better to be direct?
Great question. When you use phrases like there seems to be or there appears to be, you're framing the problem as an observation, not an accusation. It keeps the tone gentle and collaborative.
Oh, so it's less confrontational. I like that.
Exactly. And then step three is the solution. This is where you ask for what you want.
Okay, like, could you please make me a new coffee?
Perfect. You've got it, Zach. All right, Zach. I want to give you a metaphor to help this stick. Are you ready?
Hit me with it.
Think of a complaint like a door. If you kick the door down, if you're aggressive and demanding, the person on the other side is going to slam it shut in your face. They'll get defensive.
Okay, yeah, I can picture that.
But if you knock politely and say, excuse me, could you help me? You're gently opening that door, and the person on the other side is much more likely to step through and work with you.
Ooh, I love that. So complaining politely is like knocking instead of kicking.
Exactly. And here's the thing. This works in every situation. Let's apply it to real English learning scenarios.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, imagine you're at a restaurant. Your steak is supposed to be medium, but it comes out rare. What do you do?
Um, I'd probably say, this steak is raw. I can't eat this.
Okay, you're being direct, but that might sound a little harsh. Let's use the three-step method instead. First, the opener.
Excuse me. Could you please help me with something?
Perfect. Now, the issue.
I ordered my steak medium, but this one is quite rare.
Excellent. You're being clear without sounding aggressive. Now, the solution.
May I ask you to cook it for a bit longer?
Beautiful, Zach. That's polite, clear, and solution-focused. The waiter is going to feel respected, and they'll want to help you.
Wow, that actually felt good to say. It didn't feel confrontational at all.
Right? And that's the power of this method. Let's try another one. You're at a hotel, and the shower in your room isn't working. What do you say?
Okay. Um, I'm sorry to bother you, but the shower in my room doesn't seem to be working. Could you please have it fixed?
Perfect! You nailed all 3 steps. Opener, issue, solution. You're a natural at this.
Really? That felt easy.
That's because you have a structure. You're not guessing or worrying. You know exactly what to say and when to say it. All right, Zach, let's talk about why this method works so well. There's actually some psychology behind it.
Ooh, I love the psychology stuff.
So, when you start with a polite opener, like, I'm sorry to bother you, something happens in the other person's brain. They immediately feel less threatened. Their defenses go down.
So it's like disarming them.
Exactly. You're disarming them. And when they feel relaxed, they're much more willing to listen and help. It's the opposite of what happens when someone demands something aggressively.
That makes so much sense. But what if I'm really upset? Like, what if the problem is serious?
Great question. It's totally normal to feel frustrated or angry when something goes wrong. But here's the thing. Expressing that anger directly almost never helps. In fact, it usually makes things worse.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, when I get emotional, people just shut down.
Right. And that's because anger triggers a defensive response. The person stops thinking about your problem and starts thinking about protecting themselves.
So even if I'm mad, I need to stay calm on the outside.
Exactly. And here's another metaphor to help you remember this. Think of your complaint like a bridge. If you want the other person to cross that bridge and meet you in the middle, you need to build it with polite, respectful language. If you blow up the bridge with anger, no one's crossing it.
Oh, that's a good one. Build the bridge, don't blow it up.
Exactly. And listen, I know this can feel scary, especially for English learners. Maybe you're worried about your grammar or your accent or whether you're using the right words.
Yeah, all of that. Sometimes I just freeze because I'm scared I'll say something wrong.
And that's completely understandable. But here's the beautiful thing about this method. It gives you a script. You don't have to improvise. You just follow the 3 steps: opener, issue, solution.
So I don't have to be perfect. I just have to follow the steps.
Exactly. And the more you practice, the more natural it will feel. You're not going to mess this up, Zach. You're going to get better and better every time you try. Okay, Zach, let's get super practical now. I'm going to give you 5 specific phrases you can use in different situations. Ready?
Absolutely.
Tip number 1. For small problems, use I'm sorry to bother you, but this is perfect for things like cold soup or a missing button on your shirt.
I'm sorry to bother you, but this soup is cold. Could you please warm it up?
Perfect. Tip number 2. If you want to frame your complaint as a request for help, use excuse me, could you please help me with something?
Excuse me, could you please help me with something? My shirt came back from the laundry with missing buttons.
Excellent. You're getting the hang of this. Tip number 3. When there's a misunderstanding, like an incorrect hotel booking, use I'm afraid there may be a misunderstanding.
I'm afraid there may be a misunderstanding. I booked a room with a double bed, but this room has 2 singles.
Beautiful. That's so diplomatic. Tip number 4. When the person you're talking to isn't responsible for the problem, use I understand it's not your fault, but...
Oh, like with an airline agent when my bag gets lost.
Exactly. So you'd say, I understand it's not your fault, but my luggage seems to have been misplaced. Is there anything you can do to help me locate it?
That's really good. It shows you're on their side.
Exactly. And tip number 5, when you need to be firmer, maybe your first polite attempt didn't work, use, I'm really not happy with this situation.
So that's when you need to escalate a little.
Right. You're still being polite, but you're showing that you're serious. For example, I'm really not happy with this delay. I'm going to miss my meeting.
I'm really not happy with this delay. I'm going to miss my meeting. Something needs to be done about this.
Perfect. You're nailing these, Zach. Now, let's do some mini role plays. I'll be the waiter, and you complain about your steak. Ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Good evening. How is everything?
Excuse me, could you please help me with something? I ordered my steak medium, but this one is quite rare. May I ask you to cook it for a bit longer?
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Of course, I'll take it back to the kitchen right away.
Wow, that felt good.
You did great, Zach. Let's try another one. Now I'm a hotel receptionist, and the shower in your room isn't working.
I'm sorry to bother you, but the shower in my room doesn't seem to be working. Could you please have it fixed?
I apologize for the inconvenience. I'll send someone up right away.
This is actually getting easier.
See, the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Now, one more. I'm a shop clerk, and you bought headphones that stopped working.
Hi, unfortunately there's a slight problem with these headphones I bought here last week. They seem to be faulty. I understand it's not your fault, but is there anything you can do to have them fixed or replaced?
Perfect, Zach. You used multiple techniques there. The softening language, the empathy, the solution request. That was excellent.
I actually feel like I could do this in real life now.
You absolutely can. And remember, say this with me. Politeness gets better results.
Politeness gets better results.
Politeness gets better results. All right, Zach, let's quickly recap everything we've covered today. What's the golden rule?
Politeness gets better results.
Exactly. And what's the 3-step method?
Opener, issue, solution. First, you get their attention politely, then you explain the problem clearly, and finally, you ask for a solution.
Perfect. And what are some of those polite openers we talked about?
I'm sorry to bother you, but, and excuse me, could you please help me with something?
Great. And when the person isn't responsible for the problem, what can you say?
I understand it's not your fault, but
Exactly. Wow, Zach, you really got this down. Now, here's your practice challenge for this week.
I'm ready.
I want you to find one situation, it can be real or imagined, where you need to complain about something. It could be in a restaurant, a shop, a hotel, anywhere. And I want you to practice using the 3-step method out loud.
Out loud. Got it.
I want you to say it to yourself in the mirror or record yourself on your phone. The goal is to get comfortable with the phrases so that when the real situation happens, you're ready.
I love that. I'm definitely going to do this.
And listeners, we want to hear from you. Comment below and tell us, what's one situation where you wish you'd spoken up but didn't? Or if you try the practice challenge, let us know how it goes.
Yeah, share your stories. We're all learning together here.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and share this with a friend who's learning English. It really helps us keep making these episodes for you.
We so appreciate your support.
Remember, complaining politely isn't about being weak or apologetic. It's about being smart, strategic, and respectful. And it works.
You've got this. We believe in you.
Thanks so much for listening, everyone. Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning, and keep finding your voice.
See you next time.
Bye.